Hello, all you Warhammer fans, and welcome back to some more Warhammer 40k Tacticus. It's update day, and boy, have we got a big one in store this time around. Hope you're all having a good week. I realize I'm a couple days behind on this, but I did want to just go through the notes and offer up my thoughts on this because I'm actually pretty excited for this update. So let's get into it here. New stuff. Introducing a new Imperial faction to be revealed in a new survival event starting May 24th. Oh my gosh, you guys, it's happening. It's new faction time. It's Imperial. Now, I think if you're on Reddit, you might already know who the new character is. According to the rumors and leaks, it's looking like it's probably going to be an Adeptus Custodes character. But I'm not entirely sure if this means that it's going to be a full Custodes lineup. They do have a codex, so it's very, very possible that the whole faction will be Custodes. However, I have a theory. I think it's going to be Imperial agents. So I'm thinking like we could have a Sister of Silence on here. We could have an Inquisitor on here, maybe a Death Watch Space Marine or a Grey Knight Space Marine. Maybe just kind of like a little mixture, hodgepodge kind of lineup here. So we'll see when that comes out at the end of this month. I could be right, I could be wrong, I have no idea. It could be all Custodes, it could be totally something different. But this is pretty exciting. It's always great to see new characters coming into the game. So the new survival event, face off against waves of Tyranids and Genestealer cultists using the Ultramarines, the Sisters of Battles, the Adeptus Mechanicus, and the Imperial Guard. And then you'll also be able to use the new character from the upcoming faction release. So each survival battle begins with a fully playable version of the new character from the upcoming faction deployed and ready for action. This same character will be featured in the new legendary release event starting on June 1st. To turn the tide even further, a special power-up will let you deploy 2 additional characters from the same faction, making a battlefield debut ahead of their official release. So that's really cool. So not only will we get one new character to take a peek at as they're about to get released, but we'll be able to see 2 additional characters that are coming up as well for this new faction. So very curious what's going to happen here. I can't wait for this new survival event. My Ultramarines are ready to go, and I'm ready to bring the pain to the hive mind. So this is your chance to get an early feel for their synergy, skills, and potential. Event crates will feature shards for Roswitha, Imperial upgrades, Imperial ability badges, coins, and forge badges. Open all event crates to get a custom theme, as per usual with the survival events. I did get the custom theme for the Judd survival event. I just barely got to crate number 30 on the last day. There's also going to be an event calendar packed with free goodies and special bundles. There's going to be a new training rush event, and this is going to be from May 8th to May 11th. The event now awards more points in elite campaign battles to account for their higher energy costs. So that's good news to hear. For every enemy unit you defeat, excluding summons, you'll get 5 training points for elite campaigns, 3 training points in regular campaigns, and rating those battles will count as having defeated all the enemies in that battle. So just by rating it, you'll be able to get your points for this training rush. The rest of the event remains unchanged. Boost your progress with 3 times XP for all your characters in every battle mode for the duration of the event. So that's great if you're looking to level up some people. Earn Blessed Requisition Scrolls, coins, XP tomes, and XP tomes as you reach event milestones. So the Blessed Requisition Scrolls, that's going to be a big one. As we get further into the notes here, you're going to see there's a lot of Blessed Requisition Scroll events coming up this month. Actually, there's going to be like 4 back to back. So we'll get into that here. Thank you for all your feedback given on Discord, and we hope that you enjoy this improved version. There's going to be a new Warp Surge event from the 22nd of May to the 25th. The Immaterium bleeds into real space as the Warp Surge event descends upon Tacticus. For a limited time, the powers of chaos grow unstable and dangerously rewarding. For the duration of the event, arena battles give 3 times XP to all chaos characters and start with 2 random demons on each side of the battlefield. So that's cool. So you play some arena battles. If you got a chaos lineup, you'll get extra XP, and there's also going to be extra AI characters in the battles, it sounds like. Defeat chaos enemies, not including summons, in arena and campaign to earn Warp Surge points and claim event rewards. So that's something to note there. You'll want to make sure you're fighting chaos lineups in arena, and then also probably going to be playing through your Eldar and Astra Militarum campaigns to fight chaos. You'll get 25 points per chaos unit defeated in arena, 5 points per chaos unit in elite campaigns, and 3 points per chaos unit in standard campaigns. So this is a really good way to earn some points. You'll want to jump into arena because they'll be worth more points there. Same thing as the other event, raiding the battles counts as defeating all enemies. You'll also earn Blessed Requisition Scrolls for this event as well. Then the upcoming legendary release event for the new character, new faction, starting on June 1st. So it gives you the breakdown here for the tactical plan. And this is basically, it tells you all the different objectives that you'll want to hit to maximize your points for this event. I'll let you guys read through these on your own. There's a whole list of them here that you can go through so you can prepare your lineups accordingly. So it looks like alpha battles, you'll be fighting 1,000 Suns with all Imperial and Xenos. For beta battles, you'll be fighting Ultramarines and Imperial Guard, and you'll be able to use your Xenos and Chaos lineups. And then for gamma battles, you'll be fighting Gene Stealers and Tyranids, and you'll be able to use Imperial and Chaos lineups there. All right, here we go. We're getting into the Blessed Requisition Scroll events here. The first event, Imperial Guild War Requisition, is going to start on the 8th until May 18th. And this will give you extra ways to unlock the characters for this event. It'll be Imperial characters, so you got Ragnar, Celestine, Brother Jaeger, Thaddeus Noble, who's the best boy, Sarkoil, Sword Brother Godswill. It is good to note here that this event is only for players of power level 15 or higher. So just be aware of that. If you're lower than level 15 and you want a chance to get these guys, you're going to want to try to get your power level up before that one happens. Then Survival Squad Requisition, May 19th to May 25th. Gain the upper hand in this upcoming survival event by getting Morvenval, Titus, Actus, Tangita, Sygex, and Sybil Divine extra chances to unlock them. Then for the Legendary Event Squad Requisition, May 26th to June 2nd, you're going to want the characters Typhus, Nauseous Rotbone, Djark, Lucian, the Tyrant Guard, and Angrax. Then for Tau Empire Requisition, I wonder what this one's going to be because we don't know the notes past June 1st yet. This will be June 6th to June 10th, and you'll be able to unlock shards and characters for the Tau Empire, which is Anshi, Shadowsun, Darkstrider, Rivas, Shawsil, and Sonji, who is my favorite machine of war. So if you look at the dates, everything's back to back. You got May 8th to May 18th, then May 19th to May 25th, May 26th to June 2nd, and June 6th to June 10th. So the whole month is going to be Blessed Requisition Scrolls just coming at you, and extra chances to unlock all these characters. The new Battle Pass season is going to feature Sarquail. Woo! He's my favorite Space Marine shooty boy at the moment. That starts on May 4th. So if you're looking to unlock Sarquail, I do recommend him. He's one of my favorite Space Marine characters. I really like his active ability that stacks with other plasma weapons, especially with Bear Keel. It's just, especially in arena, it's very devastating if you're fighting an enemy that's really clumped up together. You blast them with Sarquail, and then you blast them with Bear Keel, and you just drop half the team in one go. It's really awesome. The campaign event returns May 8th. There's no new campaign this time, but you'll get the chance to progress again with the AdMech campaign or the Tyranid campaign when the event starts. Just a note, once you pick your campaign, you're locked into that campaign for the event. So I did complete the Tyranid campaign, the standard one, last time around when it first came out. So I may give it a go with the AdMech campaign again to try to beat the rare missions there. All right, so the new collectible character. I'm very excited for this one. Forecast the Oathsworn Inner Circle Companion, unlockable in the Inner Circle event starting May 11th. I'm very excited for this. This means that Dark Angels are getting their 5th character. I really like the Dark Angels. They're one of my favorite Space Marine chapters. And then having another character for the Dark Angels is going to be awesome. On top of that, this means that every faction, excluding the new upcoming one, has 5 characters. And of course, the Ultramarines have 6 with Titus. So that means that we're either going to start seeing new factions like the one coming up on June 1st, or we're going to start getting number 6 characters for all the rest of the existing lineups. So I'm really excited to see what happens in the next couple of months, to see what new characters are going to come to the game. Very excited for this. And then, of course, again, the upcoming faction release starts on June 1st. A new Guild Wars season is starting on May 17th. There's been some changes to what battlefields are going to be available. So Warp Rift is gone, together with one fortified position and the box station. Instead, there's 2 garrisons and 1 landing pad, adding guardsmen and Blood Angel jump pack intercessors to the defenders. So that's going to be an additional challenge for you guys playing Guild Wars. There's going to be some AI on the battlefield helping out the enemy lineup. So just be aware of that. This time, the stats of these additional summons depend on the average level of the defenders, so their strength is easier to gauge. This means if a war zone has only default defenders, these additional summons will also be very easy to defeat, while a defense lineup at the cap will have meaningful support from these summons. So something to note there, if you're setting up your defenses for Guild Wars, including a full lineup will give your additional summons more power, which means it'll be harder for your opponent to defeat your lineup. So something of note there. There's a new Incursion Machine of War event starting on May 26th. There's no new Machine of War this time around. However, they have updated the paths, the branching paths for unlocking your Machine of War. Says the Biovore one has been revamped with major updates. Branching paths have been added to incursion tiers, offering new strategic choices. So we saw this in the release for the Plagueburst Mortar. There's different options to go through the path. You can either skip a battle and get an upgrade, or you can skip the upgrade and go through the battle. So you'll have a few different options there. Battle difficulty has been rebalanced to align with the new branching structure, and each tier now includes 2 challenge battles, though the total number of battles remains unchanged. So we saw that again in the Plagueburst Mortar release. There are some challenge battles in the paths, so you can get additional rewards there. And same thing as before, tiers 1 through 4 have 12 battles each now, while tier 5 and up has 15 battles. and they added a new enhancement called regeneration. All right, Tacticians Club. Are you guys subscribed to this? Because I am, and it gives you some great free rewards if you didn't know that already. As long as you're connected to Snowprint ID, you can now gain Tactician XP totally free for completing 3 weekly missions available on the web. Missions reset weekly on Wednesdays. So that's something to note there. There's additional missions that you can do to earn additional XP and get additional rewards. So always something great. In order to access this, you tap the Tacticians Club button in your settings, and it'll take you to the home page, and you'll be able to get to the missions and claim your rewards there. So very cool. The Tacticians Club, if you haven't signed up for it, I highly recommend it. It's a great way to earn some additional bonuses just by playing the game that you're already playing. Tournament Arena comes up again on May 7th with power-ups, and then on May 20th, it'll be Faction War. And you'll be able to play the new Dark Angels character, replacing the standing character Insissus. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. So I guess Insissus was part of the Dark Angels lineup, but now that we got 5 characters, you'll be able to use all 5 characters if you're using Dark Angels. All right, upcoming quest events. We got for the World Eaters, Tarvok, the Master of Executions. That starts on May 14th. So if you didn't get the chance to fully unlock him, or you want to get some more shards for him, this is a good quest to do. So jump in on that one. And then in addition to that, the new Gene Stealer Cult character Judd will be available to her event will be happening on June 4th. So you'll be able to get more shards for her there. And then on top of that, they added 2 new onslaught tiers. Some improvements, so a little more with the Tacticians Club here. They added a milestone reward that unlocks at 0 Tactician XP. So as soon as you connect your Snowprint ID, you get this reward, and if you've already done so, it applies retroactively, so you're not losing out. So again, you can find this in your settings by tapping the Tacticians Club button in your settings there. Lightning raids and campaign events now count as lightning victories for missions that require that. So that's really good. So you can just raid lightning victories and you'll get your progress there for whichever missions you're working on if it requires lightning victories. Adjusted ability description for Crusade of Wrath for High Marshal Helbrecht to clarify that it targets a random enemy unit. And then they improved the description for the resilient trait. Some balancing things here. The Departamento Munitorum offers for incursion bundles now give you more bang for your buck. That's awesome. I'm really curious to see what that is once the new incursion machine of war event starts. So I'll take a look at the offers once that happens, and we'll see how much more bang you're getting for your buck if you spend money on that. They also adjusted the player starting position for Belisarius Call guild raid maps, so units start closer to the enemies. Okay, there's a lot of changes here to upgrades, and basically what this comes down to is they swapped out some upgrades that weren't being used as much for upgrades that were being used more often. And then on top of that, they added upgrades for the new characters coming out in the new faction. So basically what all these patch notes boil down to is that you'll be able to have more options to raid campaign battles and get the upgrades that you're really needing for your characters to level them up better. So it says they changed several of the Elite and Elite Mirror upgrade drop locations. For Uncommon, Rare, and Epic, upgrades have at least 1 Elite drop location. Many upgrades that are in high demand have a second Elite drop location. And then They did this because apparently the Dark Angels, the Eldar, and the Thousand Sons were overrepresented, so those upgrades lost some spots. And then they go on to say that they set up spots for future faction releases, which will replace less sought after upgrades. And then you can see here they listed the missions where they'll have new upgrades for the new factions. And then to ensure better rarity progression, we adjusted some of the additional drop locations around the last edition. So you can see there in a couple of the Indomitus mirror missions, they flopped around some of the upgrades and where you can grab them. And then they, of course, got a whole bunch of bug fixes here. They didn't, nothing that really sticks out to me as major. I guess there was some event dialogue mistakes in the Tyranid campaign, which I didn't really catch, but that's cool to hear. Maybe there's some additional dialogue in the Tyranid campaign. There's some changes to a visual issue with Karn, ranged attack classification for Belisarius Call. They did fix the issue with Guild War banners turning white after you played a Guild War battle. I did notice this on my end. I kept checking my Guild War thing, like, wait a second, did this glitch out? Did I change my banner by accident? But good to see that they fixed that. Good to see that they're doing bug fixes and that they're continuing to improve the game overall. So that's going to be it for this one. I'll let you guys go through the bug fixes there. Again, new character for the Dark Angels and new faction coming out. I'm hoping it's Agents of the Imperium, but it could also just be Adeptus Custodes, a whole lineup of them. We'll see how it goes, but that's going to do it for this one. I appreciate you all being here. Take care, and I'll see you in the next one.